Come here, son, nephew, young man. Let me holler at you. Young black men, if nobody has told you or if you did not figure out, chances are you cannot put a razor blade below your cheek line and shave. Now, the first time I actually had to have this conversation was with one of my students. I saw him come down the hallway and I could see the razor bumps from about 10 feet away. And I had to ask him. Well, I didn't have to. I chose to ask him. Who taught you how to shave, young man? He said, nobody. I'm going to the military and there's a grooming standard and I put a razor on my face and I guess you can see I have razor bumps. So I said, okay, young man, you have to understand that black hair curls. And when you use a razor, it is taking a thin layer of skin off in addition to cutting the hair very low. So what happens with us, definitely in the neck areas, but it can also happen behind your neck where it folds. And for some black men, they may even have trouble using a razor blade on their head. For me, I can use a razor as low as I can use it all over my head and I can use it down to my cheeks. I could do it on my mustache, but it's uncomfortable. So your solution, your gift is the Andis T-outliner. You've seen this before at your barbershop. Your barber uses this to line your hair and line your beard and line your mustache. He may use he may use a shaver, like a cordless shaver, which you could use on your head. But believe it or not, that cordless shaver will cause irritation and razor bumps under your neck as well. And let me finish talking about what razor bumps are. So what ends up happening when you cut your hair that low and it curls, it goes back into your skin and it jams up your hair follicles and it creates razor bumps. If you have razor bumps right now, you need to let the hair grow out of the follicle. Time cures all when it comes to razor bumps. You literally have to let the hair grow back through your skin. If you have a female friend in your life, or if you're able to see, because you'll be able to tell when it starts to grow out of the follicle, and you'll tell which hair in which follicle is causing whatever razor bump you may have or however many you may have. And you can pull them out with tweezers. It hurts. I would just let it grow out. It's a lot easier and less painful and won't leave any scars that way. So what do you do then? You know you can't use a razor blade. You've seen your barber use this. These cost about $60. I'll put a link in the I'll put a link below. So if you want to purchase one for yourself, you can. Now, when you get these, there are, the same way scissors have two blades, there are two blades here. You can't quite see it here, but I'm about to take this thing apart. Mine is probably filthy. I may need to clean it anyway. Because this is about 20 years old, but it paid for itself a long time ago. It's still got hair on it and everything. Oh, well. And I'll show you how to clean it and maintain it, and I'll show you what you need to do with your skin as well in just a moment. There are two blades here. There's one on the top and there's one on the bottom. There's a screw in here where you can adjust how close these are together. When I say close, one can stick out. The top blade is going to stick out just a little bit farther if you wanted to cut close, almost like a razor, because it's not going to be totally razor close, but you have to put these blades together to where instead of the top blade overlapping and sticking out farther, now they're even. So what you do, if you're going to use this to shave, you have to take these two screws off. That's going to take the blade off of the trimmer. I should have got my doggone ratchet screwdriver. Let me see. I'll go a little faster if I got it in here. It might be in my truck. Oh well. Put a little elbow grease in it today. And honestly, even though this thing is kind of dirty, I use it to shave every 2 or 3 days to line my beard and stuff up. All right, and you can order replacement blades if you just want one that looks prettier. If you're one of them, if you're a pretty type of guy, you need everything to be nice and neat and pristine. Ain't nothing wrong with that, fellas. That's what you do, and that's how you operate. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, this gathers hair over time. You can take a small brush and get some of that hair out of there. Matter of fact, you know what? I think I'll do that right now. I'll just brush a little hair out of here. Give me 1 second, please. All right, and while I'm doing that, you need some type of soft surface. You don't want blades digging into your furniture and stuff like that. So this is disinfectant spray. I'm gonna take this and spray some of this in there because this thing could be rusting over time or whatever. So maybe y'all are doing me a favor by watching this video. See, even doing work or doing things that benefit other people, it's a blessing. All right, so you'll see that this blade has 2 parts. This middle part goes on here. This is what makes it move from side to side. Hold on, let me see. This is dirty too, so I'm gonna go disinfect this. And the bottom part's dirty too, so I might as well disinfect it also. So you get one that's new, it'll be more shiny. Like I said, this is at least 10 years old, maybe older, but learn the concept of something paying for itself. See, if it cost, what, 10, 15 bucks these days, I don't know how much it costs. I know a haircut is astronomical these days. Shucks, it's probably cheaper to go bald, although you do have to replace the razors every now and then. But anyway, if a lineup costs 15 bucks, well, in 4 lineups, when you've would have accumulated $60 in going to your barber and fees for going to your barber, your liner has paid for itself. And that from that point forward, it's saving you money. So start learning that concept because some things it's more economical to do for yourself. All right. So what ends up happening, this blade, can you see? This part that holds the blade together, it has 2 more screws. I hadn't done this in so long. You can adjust these. See, when I put mine on and it goes on this guide, these blades are right next to each other. And they move from side to side real fast and they cut your hair. And this part is what makes the blade move because this circular piece is going to be wedged in here. So when you get yours, if you buy one, this bracket is going to be farther back. So what you'll do is also, you just loosen these. Don't take them off. Just turn it to where it'll loosen. And now this part moves. So when you first get yours, it's going to be back here. And now the blade is going to be farther forward. See if I can zoom it in. So now there's space here. You can barely see it. Let me see, let me turn the, okay. Maybe you can see it with the flash, maybe not. All right, so it's a little farther forward now. Even just that little bit of space means your hair is not going to be cut as short. Now they do that probably for lawsuits and stuff like that, because if you push it too close to where this one is farther forward than the top blade, it will cut you. So you want them even, just like this, okay? So to make sure that happens, you're going to put this blade down. This is why you need some paper or a folder or something like that, and you See, mine's old, so old hair follicles are coming out of here that have been cut. So you're going to push this down to where these two blades are even on the paper. Maybe even tilt it forward some just to give yourself a fraction of a millimeter. But you can push it pretty much even. Then you're going to tighten this up. You tighten both these screws. I would say get this one as tight as you can. You don't want that blade to slide forward. All right, so this takes care of itself. Now, after you've gotten your blade, oh shucks. Now your blade, based on that bracket's going to stay in one place, and your blade is going to be even to where it'll cut as close as it possibly can. And it'll stay that way. Test this out on your arm first. When you put it, when you decide to use it, you do need to make sure this part goes on this this action piece here, the part that moves. I have no idea what you call it. Put these screws in place first. Now these need to be at the same tension on both sides. So with your first screw, I probably didn't have it on the camera anyway. So maybe turn it 7 or 8 times. Take this one, turn it 7 or 8 times. Because you don't want one side tighter than the other. I mean, it ain't rocket science. If it ain't totally, perfect, I don't think it's going to matter. But generally, when you have more than one screw, I don't care if it's on your vehicle lugs or something else that has more than one screw, you want to go so you can start to feel it tighten up. You don't have to wrench it down to where it's, so tight where you need to work real hard to break it, but you do want it to be tight enough to where it won't come off. All right, so some other things to think about. When you use this, it is a simple machine, a relatively simple machine. Probably not by the scientific definition, but you know what I mean. It's, it's only one part moving back and forth, but it is still metal parts. And without lubrication, metal parts will bond, seize, get rusty, that type of thing. So first of all, when you're done, you need some type of disinfectant spray for your clippers. There's also a disinfectant you use for your face, or some type of, that's pretty much what Aftershave does. But you are going to spray your clippers with this disinfectant spray. Spray here, spray through here, spray the top of the blade, turn it over, spray this part. When you're almost done, spray hold it upside down and spray in here. You'll start to see hair come out. Then you'll use your clipper oil. Turn your clipper sideways again. A long drop through here, long drop through here, long drop through here. But then you're going to go and spread the oil through here, and it's going to filter down, and it'll start to make the hair come out. You'll see the oil will pretty much filter through here and turn black, almost like when it's been you've had oil in your vehicle and you need to get it changed. So you'll see the dirt and the hair come out. And then you can take the rest and, just to keep the metal from rusting and corroding, you can just spread some on the metal parts too. And you're done as far as maintaining your clipper. Now, and I don't have an outlet near me, so I can't show you how close it cuts, but you've seen me line my beard up and stuff like that on this channel, so I don't think we need to go through that. You've seen me with a lined beard. I don't go to barbers, I do that myself. Now, once you've maintained your clipper, you need to get this product in particular, Nairobi Cool Player Antibacterial Aftershave. Yes, it's going to sting, but remember, you just took a very, very thin layer of your skin off. So you use this, it stings, but it'll keep you from getting razor bumps. You could use alcohol. Alcohol hurts and it doesn't. It's not designed for black skin in particular. You could also use like Aqua Velva or something like that, but it's not going to be as effective as this. If you only use this for your neck and you use this, you will not get razor bumps. Also, to help the hair grow back through the follicles, you use African shea butter. This stuff is cheap. I think I paid $3 for this tub. It might last me another. The last one I got that was about this size lasted me about 4 years. So this stuff here is kind of expensive. It costs about 20 bucks, but that's what you need to shave essentially, or to line your hair, or whatever the case may be. I can do a video on growing beards. I had one of my former students tell me he was going to grow a beard. I can show you how to line up a beard. I can show you how to maintain it. I can even show you how to shave your head if somebody actually wants that. If nobody wants that and nobody puts it in the comments, then I won't do it. But if somebody would like me to do anything else dealing with lining hair, lining beards, maintaining beards, or shaving your head, you tell me. If it's actually going to be interesting to you, then I'll show you. But, you know, my son, who's watched me use this thing on my face and use it on his head, and he's got sideburns and stuff now, his mom bought him a doggone razor, and he went and shaved his lip and said, "Dad, I got razor bumps." So I'm like, dude, you know better. But hey, if my own son, who growing up with the father, has seen it and still made a mistake, who else knows what other young man out there might make that same mistake? So as always, never lose the will to win, never lose the will to survive.